Welcome back to the Dakota Dynasty. Today South Dakota is back at home at the Dakota Dome as they'll be taking on Bowling Green. South Dakota won their first game of the season and haven't won since. They have a chance here today though against Bowling Green. They have a very talented rushing offense and our defense has definitely struggled against that this year, and we'll have to see how we're able to bounce back and see how both sides of the ball can play, and we'll have to get started here. So you can see Darius Wade and Bryson Denley are the impact players for Bowling Green. Denley is replacing Andrew Clare, who's been out for a couple of games, but he's probable today and he will get the start as he opens with a 10-yard run. Last week we really struggled at stopping the run and offense in general, and we'll have to do a better job today as there's a big throw downfield. It's RB Marlowe III for 37 yards. It was Xavier Warren who was beat. Now Wade, the Boston College transfer, will throw outside. He's got Julian Ortega-Jones for 14 yards. Quick goal-to-go situation as the sweep outside for Clare. There's a couple defenders there, but he will still score an 8-yard rushing touchdown as Bowling Green's offense looks great so far, and our defense, not so much. Jalen Page and Pierce Libby are the impact players last week who really struggled to run the football against BYU. Ethan Smith was really the only bright spot there. He had 50 yards, whereas Pierce Libby had 4 yards, Jalen Page had 2, and Trenton Klemper had 8 on a number of carries for each of them. Nice play there from Nate when he jukes the defender out and comes up with a 19-yard gain. Now Went will come in motion as here's a big run play. Pierce Libby for 11 yards. He's been our best running back so far, but he definitely struggled last week. 4 wide set with trips to the right as here's Libby once again straight up the middle as he's able to get 7 yards. Our running game already looking much better than it did all of the last 2 games. Now Libby once more, he's got 5 yards as our offensive line is doing a great job blocking so far. We definitely want to see more of a balanced attack today, but the line's gonna have to block. Ethan Smith pitches it as he's into the game to Richie Campbell, and on the triple option we're able to pick up 16 yards. Now a 3 wide set as J.R. Miller's back in, and what a catch behind Dion Gilbert as he's able to catch it, and we tie up the game at 7. Let's see if our defense can play a little bit better on this drive, as it'll be Darius Wade who escapes and gets 9 yards on the scramble. It was Rakeem Hood who brought him down. Now 2nd down and 1, 3 wide as Wade will hand it off to Clare, who breaks 2 tackles, breaks another. He's into the open field and he's got 17 yards. Bryson Denley was the impact player, but Andrew Clare is looking great so far in his first game back from injury. Now Clare on a sweep outside as he's got 6 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down and very manageable. 3rd down and 1, Wade will keep it, and a great play. It's Sylvia Widener and Mac DeGene make that actually Toby Cota. And now 4th down and 1, it'll be about a 48-yard field goal, and it is good. Just barely sneaks in that right upright as Bowling Green retakes the lead. Now J.R. Miller in at quarterback will run some triple option pitch outside to Deontay Knox. Our running game looking very good today. We may try and rely on it a little more as J.R. Miller's definitely struggled with turning the ball over so far this year. He has 9 picks and only 4 touchdowns throwing. A 1st down for Nate Went. Miller did leave last week's ball game with an injury, and Ethan Smith replaced him and looked pretty good, so I definitely think we'll see some more of Ethan Smith today. But now probably the last play of the first quarter. Here's Trenton Klemper right up the gut as running game is looking good. We're really gashing them right up the middle. Now Pierce Libby checks back in as we're seeing all 3 running backs playing so far. More of Libby. He's definitely had a prominent role today, which is something we've talked about in previous weeks. Now here's Jalen Page. He makes an impact. Good run for 11 yards as we're already over 100 yards in just over a quarter. Now Klemper into the ball game as Miller will throw, and he gets the ball away. It's not a fumble, but the pressure got there and wasn't able to find anyone downfield. Malachi Peterson, the senior kicker, is on, and he knocks it home, so to be 10-10. Bowling Green back on offense. They've looked very effective, and there's a big play. It's RB Marlowe III, and Xavier Warren once again in coverage as he is being picked on so far. He doesn't have the size or real speed that you look for in a corner, but on 3rd down and 2, Darius Wade just bails quickly And Bowling Green will have to attempt another field goal. Actually, their offense is going to stay on the field as Wade will throw. In the end zone, it's Jordan Wayne Prather for the 8-yard touchdown. And Bowling Green will take a 7-point lead. Now Jalen Page in the game on first down. Will run a sweep outside, some room to run. Great block by the offensive line, and Page is still going. He's past the 40-yard line inside of Bowling Green territory. The season-long run for Jalen Page. Now J.R. Miller, he'll keep it on the quarterback option, and it's a 13-yard gain. 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Here's Page once again, good vision as he makes the defender miss and picks up the first down. Now Ethan Smith will check in with Jalen Page in the backfield, and Page will go straight up the middle this time for 8 yards. We're getting a lot of chunk plays in our ground game. Split backfield with Page and Libby. Miller will throw, lob, and a great catch by Deontay Knox. Sort of a dangerous throw, but it works out well, and J.R. Miller's got his second touchdown pass in only 8 attempts. Now Bowling Green will take back over as the game is tied back up at 17. Wade will escape, but he's still brought down and is sacked. It is Toby Cota with another play, already his 5th tackle in this first half. Wade will throw. He'll dump it down to Claire. He breaks one tackle, and Bryson Williams is tripped up by his own man, and it'll be a 31-yard catch and run. Really a blown play by our defense. Now first down and 10, quick throw outside. He's got Ortega Jones. And we're really struggling with these yards after contact and after the catch, as we're not being a very sure tackling team right now. Now Morris breaks a couple and is just shy of the first down marker, so it'd be 3rd down and inches. I formation for Bowling Green. They'll run it outside, stretch play, and Claire will score. Another rushing touchdown for Bowling Green, and it'll be 24-17. As we will just head into halftime. The Coyotes are down by 7. Our offense has looked good. Defense has a couple of nice flashes, but we need to see more consistency and more stops if we want to win today. Passing game has looked really good in the red zone, and the running game is what's getting us there. As chunk plays by all 3 running backs, Miller and Ethan Smith, both making plays in the running game as well. You can see 183 yards rushing. Probably pretty close to our season high, and that was only in the first half. Trent Klimper will start out at running back to open the second half, as it'll be a 9-yard run for him. Now Jalen Page checks in on 2nd down and 1. Really good rotation so far, as he's into the open field once again. He's past the 40, tries to spin out a defender, but it's still a big 27-yard gain. No one was home on the screen pass. 3 wide set on 3rd down and 5. Quick throw to Tate Wagner, who drops it. That was a for sure first down, but the offense will stay on the field on 4th down and 5. See if they can convert, and Bell breaks a tackle and somehow picks up the first down. Now Wagner moves in motion. We'll go counter to Pierce Libby. He's got some room to run, and he's down at around the 11 or 12-yard line, now over 200 yards rushing. Miller will look to the right. Now he goes back to the left. The slant route's open. Deontay Knox has his 2nd receiving touchdown on the day. 3rd for J.R. Miller passing. We're doing a great job running on the field and just capitalizing and ending our drives, capping them off with a passing touchdown for all 3 of our touchdowns. Now there's R.B. Marlowe once again picking on Xavier Warren, as we may have to look at making a change there if this continues. And there's Bryson Denley. We talked about him in the open. Haven't really seen much of him. That's his first rushing attempt. He'll get another chance here as Darius Wade will actually throw the ball outside, and Ortega Jones along the sideline for 13 yards. Ball at the 23. Here is Darius Wade. Great block. Another good block by the offensive lineman, and Wade's going to take it all the way for the 24-yard touchdown. They have been great at running the football today, really answering what we've been able to do on the ground. Now here's Deontay Knox on a quick screen to the left as he's able to pick up 15 yards. Passing game has really done what they've needed with our running game performing so well. And now Miller will throw another great throw as there is Dion Gilbert's 25th catch on the season, and that will put us in Bowling Green territory. The Coyotes go to the ground game once again as there's a 9-yard gain for Jalen Page. as he nears 100 yards rushing. 3rd down and 1. Here's Trenton Klemper who checks in, and he's got 7 yards, and that'll move the chains. Klemper at running back will throw outside. No, it's intercepted by Biggers. Deontay Knox will try and chase him down, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to, as Biggers is to the 15, the 5, and he's going to take it all the way. We had a chance there to answer back and tie the game up. The drive was looking very promising. Instead, it's now a 2-score deficit for the Coyotes. Throw outside on 3rd down and 12, and Deontay Knox can't bring him in, as we'll punt the ball away. Last play of the 3rd quarter, Darius Wade will throw. He's got Wayne Prather, and it's a broken tackle. Bukowski brings him down at the 25, but that is a massive shift to end this 3rd quarter. It looked like we had a chance to tie the game up. Instead, we'll now be down by 14, and Bowling Green has a chance to extend their lead to 3 scores. And they'll do that on the first play of the 4th quarter as Andrew Clare runs it in from 18 yards out. Another great run from him. We'll get a second look at this one. He broke Toby Coda's would-be tackle, and it's now a 21-point deficit. We'll stick with the ground game though, as there's 11 yards for Pierce Libby. We're over 350 yards of total offense now. Miller will throw. He gets it to Dion Gilbert, but nowhere really to go on 3rd down and 10, as we'll have to go for it on 4th down and 7. See what Miller's able to do, and no time. He had the running back wide open in the middle of the field. Instead, Bowling Green will be able to take over. They're deep inside already of Coyote territory, as there's an 11-yard reception. Now they'll go to the pistol. Wade will throw once again. He dumps it down to Carroll, and we can't bring him down. More yards after contact, and it's now 52-24. This game has shifted so quickly. It was 24-24, and then Bowling Green has just taken complete control of the game. Now 2nd down and 4, as looks like South Dakota may start to just run some clock and try and get out of here. No real way to come back from 28 points in just 3 minutes. Klemper will run the ball. He cuts outside and then back inside and is able to pick up 7 yards. Jalen Page back in the game, as he will take it, breaks 1 tackle, and is over 100 yards rushing on the day. And you have to feel like Pierce Libby is probably pretty close. As 2nd down and 4, Libby will carry it, and there's 7 yards. Let's see how close he is. 101, so he surpasses 100 yards. Both our number 1 and number 2 running backs over 100 yards, and it still is not enough, as now 4th down and 5. We'll just bring on Malachi Peterson once again. His 2nd attempt on the day is good. Cuts it to a 25-point lead, and that's probably where it will stay for the rest of the game. As number 3 Texas stays undefeated against Oklahoma, and it is a disappointing game, as Andrew Clare was great. We played him very close through about halfway through the 3rd quarter, but they just took complete control of that game after they scored 3 touchdowns in very quick succession. J.R. Miller had done a great job of taking care of the football, but then through the pick 6, we ran the ball. Definitely our best rushing performance of the year, as Pierce Libby, Jalen Page both go over 100 yards, 200 yards combined for them. And 3 passing touchdowns for J.R. Miller just was not enough. Our defense didn't do enough in terms of stopping the run or the pass, but we'll have to move on quickly, as this, if you haven't noticed, is another double header. We will be taking on Kansas State in the 2nd game today. Kansas State is coached, of course, by Chris Kleiman, the former North Dakota State coach, but we do have some good news to cap off the end of this game. We pick up 5 commits. We had a number of players visiting: Rakeem Boyd, a running back, then Cooper Price, a junior college wide receiver who will be a junior. He's got decent speed, great hands. And then KORDELL HICKS, only a 1-star, but he, to me, can make an immediate impact for us. He is basically a gem. He's a great athlete for the tight end position, great hands, has to improve as a blocker, but should make an immediate impact for us. Then DONTAVIOUS Knight, he's not the fastest guy, but he's very quick and very agile as well. Then Bo Weaver, probably the most talented player in this class. He's an elite athlete for the offensive line, strong, and can block like few others. at the tackle position. Now we see North Dakota State does lose their first game on the season as Notre Dame moves to 4-3, and we will now move right into our game against Kansas State on the road inside of Bill Snyder Family Stadium. So we know how last week went, and we know how it's gone so far this year against Power 5 competition for the Coyotes, but it definitely did go better the last time against Iowa State. We'll see if we can continue some of the success we saw against Bowling Green and against Iowa State as well, but this is a good Kansas State team, of course led by Chris Kleiman, 4-time national champion at North Dakota State, who we are very familiar with, and we see some of the impact players to definitely keep an eye on. Skylar Thompson, a dual threat quarterback, he'll throw quickly to the left as he's got a 10-yard pass and catch. Skylar Thompson completes under 50% of his passes, but now it's Jordan Brown, and he hurdles a defender twice and ends up losing 2 yards as it's Nick Kreutzberg who comes away with the tackle for loss. Early third down for Kansas State, and Skylar Thompson will throw. He's got all day, and then he finds his tight end Gammon for a 9-yard reception. Kansas State has only lost 1 time this year so far, and it was to number 3 ranked Texas, as this is a Kansas State team that really likes to run the football. They definitely have that same identity as those North Dakota State teams. They really wear you down with their running game. There's a big screen play, great block on the edge, and Brown's into the open field, and Bukowski can't make it in time, so Jordan Brown from 26 yards out for the first touchdown on the day for either team. We have a studio update. Another top 5 team goes down as Michigan State suffers their first loss on the season. We ran the ball great in that last game, over 280 yards on 42 attempts, so nearly 7 yards per attempt on the ground. J.R. Miller threw those 3 touchdown passes, 2 of them going to Deontay Knox. We'll see how good our offense can play. Now here is Dion Gilbert, and we need to do a good job today of taking care of the football in this game. That 1 turnover in that Bowling Green game really changed the whole outlook, as great job by J.R. Miller to escape the pocket. He is punished, but does pick up the first down on the 8-yard gain. Trenton Klimper checks in on 3rd down and 4. Miller runs out of time. He is sacked and will lose 7 yards. Just no one really open downfield. It's going to be an offset eye for Skylar Thompson, who will throw it outside. He's got his tight end once again for 14 yards. Seeing Kansas State throw the ball a little more than I thought we would. I thought they would really go with their power running game, as there's a good one and some nice power shown off by Jordan Brown. We talked about James Gilbert in the open, but haven't really seen much of him. It's been all Brown so far, as he catches that one underneath for 12 yards. Now a twin tight end set from under center for Thompson as he'll throw outside, and Malik Knowles drops. That's Thompson's first incompletion, and Kansas State will be forced to punt the ball away. Here's Jalen Page. He is hit in the backfield immediately and will lose 2 yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down and long. See what J.R. Miller's able to do, and the pressure gets there once again as he didn't have time to get rid of the football and will be forced to punt. Great field position for Kansas State. They'll go draw play to Brown, but it is Toby Cota who meets him and stops him for only a 1-yard gain. Under center once again, a deep drop for Thompson. He'll throw outside. This time Malik Knowles makes the catch, as it's Warner once again getting picked on. Now 1st down and 10 as we enter the second quarter. Here's Brown, and Bukowski takes a bad angle, and it is a 10-yard gain, but just shy of that 1st down marker. Bunch to the right, they'll pitch it outside to Brown. Great blocks, and he's gonna take it all the way. A 9-yard rushing touchdown. Already his 2nd rushing touchdown on the game. He has 4 entering today. Ethan Smith checks in as we are down by 2 scores. He will pitch it to Jalen Page, who picks up the 1st down and a 9-yard gain. Now we'll go empty as we bring 5 wide receivers onto the field. Miller will throw down the field. What a catch by Deontay Knox. It's a 20-yard diving catch for the talented freshman. Now a quick throw on the screen pass to Dion Gilbert. Probably need to see more of these quick passes if we're not going to be able to block this defensive line. Now 3rd down and 2, and nowhere to go. Great penetration by Kansas State. and Malachi Peterson will come on. He went 2 for 2 last week, and this one is not even close as we will stay scoreless. Kansas State will take back over. Wide open, it's Warren who's beat once again. Bukowski in pursuit, and Knowles accidentally just steps out of bounds. A big passing play, and now inside of Coyote territory. Brown outside. Dakota pushes him out of bounds, and it will be 2nd down and inches. I formation. Here's Brown once again, and a good tackle in the open field by Sylvia Widenar, as it'll be goal to go from the 10-yard line. Brown once again, and he's just shy of his 3rd rushing touchdown on the day. It'll now be 2nd down and goal. They'll pitch it outside once again. Good block on Bryson Williams, and Jordan Brown has his 3rd touchdown and Kansas State's 3rd touchdown on the day. Now down 21-0. We need to start offense really hopefully get on the board here. Good way to start this drive though, as it's a 14-yard gain for Pierce Libby. Now Libby will stay in the game as J.R. Miller checks back in. He'll just go straight up the middle, ignoring the pitch, and picks up 7 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 2, 4 wide set. Miller's gonna keep it, and is just shy. Great open field tackle, as we'll be forced to punt the ball away once more. Kansas State has a chance to extend their lead here. Skylar Thompson in the open field. He breaks a couple tackles, and Bryson Williams finally brings him down. Ball at the 49-yard line. A short drop is here is Taylor on the reception inside of South Dakota territory once again. 1st down and 10, 3 down linemen for the Coyotes, as Thompson will take off immediately and tries to get outside, but a good open field tackle by Mac DeGene after a 9-yard gain. 3 wide for Thompson from the shotgun, as Malik Knowles on the slant. He's able to pick up 18 yards. Kansas State used 2 timeouts now, as a little fake dive and a pitch, and it's going to be a touchdown again for Jordan Brown. He's got 4 on the day, as 28-0. Not a whole ton of offense from Kansas State compared to some of the other games, but still 28-0, not what we wanted to see entering halftime. Quick halftime there, as we will open the 2nd half. We're down by 4 scores, but our offense does have the ball to start. Open down the field, there's Deontay Knox! The defender misses, and he's gonna take it all the way. What a way to open the 2nd half, a 79-yard passing touchdown. And Deontay Knox scores another one. He had 2 last week and has our 1st touchdown today. Skylar Thompson breaks a tackle and is brought down by Shadow Hansen, the left end. He's been a little quiet this year. Now a draw play. Here's Brown once again. He breaks DeGene's tackle. Bukowski has a chance and does bring him down, but it's still an 18-yard gain. 1st down and 10 for Thompson. He will throw once again. He's got Taylor, and it takes a couple of Coyotes to finally bring him down. Kansas State's offense really hasn't faced much resistance from our defense, as they'll go back to Taylor now, picking on Mac DeGene on the outside. Offset I, they'll pitch it once more. This play's been very effective. I feel like all of Brown's touchdowns have come on a pitch play outside, as he now has his 5th on the day. I was wrong earlier, he actually had 5 entering today's game, but there is a big play for Deontay Knox once again. But Brown has matched his season total now with 5 touchdowns. Miller outside, Deontay Knox again! What a catch this time for 21 yards. He's got 164 on 4 catches. Now 3rd down and goal, back of the end zone. It was open for Nate Went, but just too high of a throw from J.R. Miller. Malachi Peterson will come on, and his field goal attempt is good. We get our 2nd points on the day. It's now 10-35. Still a 4-score game, as Malik Knowles beats Xavier Warren on the slant once again. Now Skylar Thompson will throw once again, as he's got his tight end once more. It's a 16-yard reception. Knowles will come in motion. Thompson will throw, he's got it, and it's Wheeler, and a touchdown saving tackle by Xavier Warren, but still a 29-yard gain. Short drop, quick throw, it's Gammon in the end zone, and the first non-rushing touchdown and first non-Jordan Brown touchdown, as Skylar Thompson been very efficient. He's completing 50% of his passes entering today, but he is now 24-22. Now a screen pass for Jalen Page, as we will enter the fourth quarter down by 32 points. But we've seen some nice flashes here from Deontay Knox and J.R. Miller on some deep passing plays. Jalen Page will run straight up the middle and picks up 9 yards. An injury update, as Dion Gobert on a couple drives ago did suffer back spasms and will not be returning today. Delvonte Bell will take over in the slot for him. Third down and 5. Miller throws outside wide open. He's got Tate Wagner. It's a 15-yard reception. It'll be third down once again and third down and 12. Wagner once more, as it's a 6-yard reception, but not enough, as the offense this time will stay on the field, and we'll see what they're able to do. Throw outside. Great play by the defensive back, Walter Neal, the junior, as he comes away with his third pass breakup. Third down and 10, under 2 minutes left in the ball game here today, as Brown picks up 4 yards, but our defense does come away with a stop. Now maybe the last play of the game. Here's Ethan Smith. He's into the open field on the quarterback keeper. He's able to pick up 8 yards. That will indeed be the final play of the game, as Jordan Brown, definitely the player of the game, 20 carries, 132, and 5 rushing touchdowns. Added some more on the ground as well. Sort of what we expected from another game against Power 5 competition. At least we put some points on the board once again today, and they didn't score 60 or 70. Definite positives to take away. Couldn't really get much going on the running game, but we got down big so quickly that we really just relied on our passing attack and J.R. Miller. Deontay Knox made some great strides today and may show some signs of some deep passing that we might be able to do in the future. Good offensive performance from Kansas State, but now we will move forward. We had a bye week. Nothing really happened though, as we now move forward, and our next game will be on the road at Wyoming. Wyoming 5-2. They're led by Craig Bolso, another North Dakota State connection. And we're now 1-7 on the season. Wyoming 5-2. They've been good this year, as they lost to Nebraska and Air Force, but have won all other of their games. Xavier Valladay is a talented running back, and Logan Wilson at middle linebacker. Definite talent on this roster, and it's going to be a tough one up in high elevations in Laramie, Wyoming, as Sean Chambers hasn't been super great passing the ball, but he's been very effective and electric as a dual threat quarterback. A look at our season statistics, as J.R. Miller's really evened out his touchdown to interception ratio these last couple of weeks. Now 8-10, better than it was for sure, as Deontay Knox up to 15 yards per reception, 4 touchdowns for him, along with Dion Gobert, who has 4 as well. Toby Cota is our leading tackler and has been good. Sad to see that he is a senior. Our linebackers maybe have been our best defensive players. North Dakota State moves to 7-1 with an 18-point victory over South Alabama. North Dakota drops to 0-8 with a 31-point loss to Arkansas State. And Kentucky does beat South Dakota State, who is now 2-5. Another game that occurred is North Dakota losing and North Dakota State winning just by 1 point against South Dakota State. And one thing to note, there is no recruiting update. We actually had the rest of our recruiting class commit. We have 12 commits total, and that's all we can really afford to take with the number of seniors graduating. I don't want to over recruit, so we don't have to cut anyone, and really try and keep this more realistic, as I could get 25 commits, but I'm really trying to stay consistent to the number of players that we have graduating. But I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please leave a like down below. Make sure you subscribe for more of the Dakota Dynasty. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time.